Alright, so for this video, I'm gonna be playing Jormun Bloodcraft. Jormungand is basically what this deck is centered around. Sees effect. Whenever your leader takes damage on their turn, deal 1 damage to all enemies. The deck basically, I won't say it's like a control deck, but it sort of kind of plays like that in the game, right? You're just trying to hopefully survive until turn 6 and then pop Jor's effect and then get a lot of healing done back up through things like Demonic Ram and Scarlet Saber and pushing a lot of face damage with Dark Beast Bat, right? And then Jor's effect. I used to run Abyssal Fiend or whatever it's called, the 8 mana ambush 6/7. It's not bad in this list. I'm just trying something bit different, Moon and Sun instead of that, to like kind of give you more consistent followers in the mid game rather than relying on that ender damage. I don't know. I'm just testing it out. Might wind up switching back, but we'll see. Also, in that last video with Artifact Portal, that last deck I went against was actually Vengeance Blood, not Aggro Blood. But I haven't seen a Vengeance Blood list that runs that 1 mana 1/1 with the enhanced 5 with Ward. Typically they run a Goblin in that place. I don't think it's bad, but it is interesting. I might give it a shot. So it's Haven. Might keep Snarling Chains just in case, depending. It's more than likely either Summit Temple or Holy Lion Spirit. Or Holy Lion Crystal, rather. Both are going to be frustrating. They both have big banishes for both Jormun and Noct. It's Summit Temple. This deck has no answer to Summit Temple. Not really. The amulet itself, we can't banish it. So we're just kind of trying to kill him before he kills us. So we just play the Imp here, try to slow him down. It can't be Blackish Featured outright unless he trades into it. Snow White's kind of like unfortunate here. Nothing really much we can do about it. We can trade in and kill the 1/1, which we'll most likely do, because there's no reason in really keeping it alive. Honestly, rather get the body on board. We could Blood Pack to draw 2 cards, but I'd like to get a body on board. Gift of Bloodkin isn't good for us. It gives him like more value than it gives us. So we'll more than likely trade into the Princess and then Snarling Chains it. We'll go ahead and Blood Pack this turn instead of using Baphomet. Alright. It's unfortunately kind of just something we have to do. Summit Temple Haven has a turn 7 Storm in most cases. So we want to take as little chip as possible. Alright, so our turn 5 isn't very strong here. We have no way to really affect this. And nothing that evolves into enough damage to kill that. So we just kind of have to draw. Scarlet would have been nice to have earlier, but it's fine. So kind of just Evo the Pure-Hearted. And go ahead and not trade. Just dodge the banish in case he wants to. He'll have to use Pure Annihilation if he really wants to banish it. And it's not like we could put it in range to be sniped next turn anyways. Yeah, Priest of the Cudgel dodges this banish as well. This is actually a good drop for us, although we're still in a really bad health range. Also, shout out to Priest of the Cudgel. Just a really solid card. It's pretty sure it's a basic card, and it's just been around for a while. And I'll just do 4 to my face. Scarlet Saber's a really good play here for us. She kills both things, and we're able to suicide Jor next turn. Because of this amulet, they won't be able to banish Jor, so that's really strong for us. Jor's effects will give us a lot of really substantial board clear, but unfortunately we're not sitting really pretty on our health, so hopefully we get a demonic ramp too after, like, on turn 7, and we're gonna be able to combo a lot of stuff with Jor. He'll probably just do this damage to me, my face. There's like kind of no point in not. Yeah. So if he has another heavenly, we're basically, you know, screwed. But I mean, that kind of is what it is. That's why I run banishes for this amulet, right, and control and other decks. Probably just gonna play another Heavenly Knight. Yeah, GG. Don't really know what we could have done about that one. Like, it's just a really bad matchup and a really strong deck. Maybe could have saved the Spiderweb Imp for his turn 7. Probably would have been smarter than playing it outright, but also had to dodge some poke too. Not too sure. Jorm's a pretty, like, decently greedy deck, and you get out-greeted by Haven pretty easily. Haven's really strong in this meta. At the time, anyways. Might think about getting rid of the Moon and Suns and replacing them with Sutinger or Falcon Grace. We'll have to think about it. You kind of have enough Ender power in Dark Beast Bat that having the Abyssal isn't like as strong. And I'm wondering if I should keep Jor here. Like, it's one of those cards you definitely would rather just draw, and we go second, but if I don't get it, this matchup gets really hard, so I'll probably just keep it. Once again, Gift for the Bloodkin, it deals 1 damage to both leaders and gives us both a bat. Typically, you want to save it for a combo piece with Jor, but also you don't really want to be using it when it's not positive tempo for you. Even when it's even tempo, it's typically not a good idea. Don't want to really let him poke us with that Bear Knight. The Bear Knight makes me think this is a mid-range sword. I think maybe Control runs that in their list as well, but I'm not too certain. It's Luminous Standard Sword, actually. I know that, like, deck list has been going around. I think it's one of the less popular ones, but it's also really fast, which is a bit hard. We have like 1 burn for it, and we've already burned another thing. We'll probably be spending a lot of early evos to try to deal with their aggression. Yeah, luckily Pure-Hearted dodges that really. So we have the Dark Beast Bat in hand. Spending Starling here isn't really worth it, but Paradise Vanguard actually takes care of both of these, and I'm not too worried about spending the Evo point here. So we'll probably do this. We'll Blood Pact as well, just to get some more cards in hand. Pushing your own face against Luminous Standard can be scary. Personally, I haven't played the Luminous Standard deck that much, just because I really like support cannon. It's like my favorite archetype right now in mid range. Feels like it accomplishes like the same thing, but in a more like just in a better way. I can take him the fatal spell bomb there. He won't evo trade that. Yeah, there's no value for him there. Not really. So Noct is fantastic here. Noct into Jorm is definitely what you want, if possible. Luckily we have Moon and Sun here. Another reason that Moon and Sun is great is because the Amaterasu pick from her has healing on it every time we attack, or clash rather, so even when it gets attacked. He shouldn't have any way to banish this, but who knows? Maybe he's teched in a Fall from Grace because of Luminous. Or not because of Luminous, because of Summit Temple. Dramatic Duel, he has a 3-3 with Rush and a 3-4 that makes everything good. So Hope Strategist makes me think, that's interesting. I wonder what he's scared of. This is fine, because I was going to trade into this next turn anyways. Only thing that's a bit sad here is that Jorm doesn't die to this 5-1, but that's fine. It's gonna be a shame if he gets banished or transformed or something, but oh well, it is what it is. So we have a lot of pieces to make Jorm really effective. Like Gift of Bloodkin becomes a deal of 2 damage to him. And what's good for us, the way Jorm operates, Durandal isn't like that spooky. So I guess Luminous Standard plays a lot like a control deck because he has a Roland in it. So there are a lot of different choices we can make. Unfortunately, it's really a shame, right? We can't. A Dark Face Bat becomes a much weaker ender now. We definitely want to kill everything on his board, so we'll probably Snarling Chains and then put out a Moon. Wondering if we should save the Scarlet. Now we have 2 Scarlets in hand, so I think it's fine. Because this should be enough to kill that. And then we take 1 damage at the end of the turn, which would deal 1 to him anyways. But we'll just go ahead and heal here. The good thing about Jorm's effect is that it constantly chips. It's not affected by Durandal in any way. It's just unfortunate that Dark Beast takes it, but 4 damage to either face or a follower for board clear is still really solid. So it's really good for us if he trades into that, because it just kills it. So, unfortunately, he played this right. Makes it really hard. We can't do any damage to clear his board this turn, but like that was to be expected, right? He had them both in hand. But we can do damage to his face, and we can get his spooky body on board. And we have a lot of healing with Demonic Ram next turn. Between Demonic Ram and Gift of Bloodkin and Nox effect, we're healing a total of we're healing an extra 1 health off of this, an extra 1 health off of that, so 2 health. Although it'll heal us 4 times, we'll take damage twice, right? It most likely won't survive. So drawing another, what do you call it? Demonic Ram would be really good, or another Gift of Bloodkin. Yeah, we get to fully deal with that whole board basically. Drawing Razor Claw there is awesome. Alright, so this will proc 1 time. And actually we can Scarlet this. So yeah. We can definitely deal with this really well. And then we can Scarlet and we can Razor Claw his face. Razor Clawing his face won't kill this 4-2, but it'll pressure him a lot more. Yeah. Oh, actually it will because we have Nox effect, right? I forgot. That's what I was thinking, yeah, it will. So he's kind of like, he'd have to heal. This hits for a maximum of 4, but it still hits for 4. So he just kind of loses next turn. Nunja has ward. I mean, it's kind of irrelevant. We can snipe him past ward anyways, but... Yeah, so he does have the Holy Bear Knight. So he wards up twice. But we can just do this too. Yeah, we could just end our turn. It didn't matter. End our turn for the swag kill, but nah. So that's Jormun Blood. I kind of like the way it plays a lot. I'm a bit more of a fan of Control Blood, the method, just because when you don't get Jormun this deck, it really hurts. But it's also really fun, like in the late game, the way you're able to play around Jorm's effect, and especially if you proc knock again. So if you're interested, I'll post the deck list in the description. I don't think it's mine, but it's whatever. You can see it. Next video, no idea what I'm going to do, but we'll see when we get there.